Hello, everyone. Um, I've actually been planning this meditation for a few weeks. We decided to celebrate Samhain not on the traditional October 31st, but more the astrological. And I thought other people, um, if they're celebrating some of the different, more pagan holidays, may be more drawn to the astrological uh, significant ones versus we're doing this because it's been done on this day. Um, and so we're having some friends come over tomorrow and having our Samhain celebration. Supper, I guess would be a good word. And so I kind of been planning to do this meditation today in preparation for tomorrow. And this is a time of year when I think we can always talk to our ancestors, but I think it's perhaps easier for people not as in tune to be able to do it during this time. And that's a really beautiful thing to have that thinning of the veil. And so this is tomorrow should be around the time in between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice, when I think it would be more traditionally celebrated, instead of the random October 31st. So, and I think it works either way, but since it's after Halloween, I think it gives it just a more special place, and we were able to enjoy the traditional Halloween trick-or-treating while still embracing some of these new, more ancient, new and ancient, it seems contradictory. They're new to us, but they're ancient customs and everything. And I think part of that is making it your own as well. And that's a beautiful part of the process. I think there's something lost when we become so ritualized into a specific religion. And that's why when my friend proposed, she's like, why don't we celebrate it this day? Because that would be more traditional. If you're looking at the stars and things like that and the placement, you would have planned it around this date. And I said, that makes sense. And if something resonates with my inner being, then that's what I try to follow now. That doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going to completely abandon the cultural traditions of Halloween and Christmas, but I think shifting very much so how we talk about the holidays and what the focus is around, and showing how, this was more the traditional way, and then how it was taken over and adjusted and used as a tool to convert masses of people is important as well. And that's something I definitely want to impart to my children. So, regardless, here I am today to do a Samhain meditation with you. And I ironically have another meditation in mind, and I don't know if they're going to converge or not. Sometimes I get surprised when I do these. If not, then my intention is to do the other one immediately after. There is a lot of wildlife around right now. We had rain overnight and this morning, and so I think perhaps some of our animals that might be a little bit quieter during the day since the rain stopped, they're coming out and they're looking for food and stuff. So I'm pretty certain there's some turkeys over here to my left. And so there's just a lot of wildlife and noises, and hopefully that's not distracting to you, but rather peaceful. So I would encourage you to sit comfortably or lay comfortably in a space where you can give time and energy to this moment, to this meditation. And let's go ahead and get started. I'd like you to breathe in very deeply and then exhale. And breathe in deeply again. And exhale. Continue that deep breathing. If you've done meditations with me before, you know I don't care if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or vice versa, or do it all through your nose. Please just work on being comfortable and feeling into your body. Take those deep breaths. Your belly should be going out. Try to give yourself that pregnant belly or beer belly. And then exhale and have it all come in. If you have any stress or worries, breathe in that deep source energy into your being. It's peaceful. It's loving. Nothing is wrong right now. Everything is right. And exhale all of that stress and anxiety and just things that aren't loving you right now. And now we're going to ground into the earth. I would like you to open up your root chakra and imagine your grounding cord. It should be a golden cord or thread or rope. The size doesn't matter. It's just anchoring you deep into the earth. Imagine it shooting off like roots into the ground. And this should kind of cement your connection to the earth. And remember your breath. Now I want you to imagine your crown chakra opening. Some people see their crown literally rotating on their head. Some people just imagine their head opening and the white light of source energy coming into them. Imagine it spilling through your crown, through your third eye, through your throat, through your heart, through your solar plexus, your sacral, and then your root, exiting your body into your grounding cord. Deep breath in. If you're having any aches or pains, ailments, the source energy is going to those areas. They're fixing them, rejuvenating them. Let this light flow through your body and send love to every part of your being on a cellular and spiritual level. And today, I want you to imagine a black wall in front of you. And we're going to go on a journey through this black wall. On the count of 3, we will step through the wall. If you're uncomfortable doing this, you may stay in your body and know that you will journey with us, but you will feel safer if that's what you need at this time. On the count of 3, we'll step through the wall. There's nothing to fear. This is safe. You are safe. Source is with you. Your guides are with you. Your angels are with you. Your ancestors are with you. 1, 2, 3. Step through the wall. And in front of us is a large dining room with a big table with a feast before us. And there's a seat for you at the head of the table. And the table may look different to each of us. For some, it's a large wooden table, very old, timeless. The chairs are made out of wood. For others, you have a glass table. For others, a metal table. For some, the table is actually floating. But it's all beautiful and it's all perfect and it's all customized to you and what resonates with your own inner being. Some of you have a fire in the room, a fireplace. You can hear the crackling of the fire. Others have water, like falling off the wall, like a little waterfall on the wall. And it's all beautiful and perfect. So adjust anything in the room as you need to right now. And then sit comfortably in your chair. And as you're adjusting to this space and this time, I want you to take a few more deep breaths. And for many of you now, an animal has appeared in the room. For some of you, it's a cat or a dog from childhood. Others have rather different pets. For some of you, it may be an animal from a previous life that you were very attached to. But right now, I just want you to imagine this animal, and perhaps you're patting it on its head, you're stroking its fur, or perhaps scales for some of you, or feathers. And I just want you to enjoy the peace and the serenity and how well it feels to just be with this animal once again. That there's no time or space that really separates you, whether during this time or ever. You can always connect. This is just an easier time to connect. Remember your breath. And now, as this is the time of the ancestors, some of you are going to have an extremely full table where there's many people in your family tree that want to come and see and be with you and encourage you and encourage your progress. For others, there may just be one person that comes into the room whom you wish you could just have another 10 minutes with. Regardless of which situation you may be, your person or people are coming into the room. They're sitting with you at the table. They're smiling with you. They're loving you. There is no judgment. There is no resentment. All of those feelings are gone. There is just love. And for some of you, it may be strange to see these people in this light of love, but that is where they are at. Remember your breath. If you're struggling right now, if this is overwhelming you, please take a few very deep breaths, maybe breathing in, holding it, and exhaling. And right now, the person in front of you or the people are wanting to talk to you and encourage you. They have a message for you. They are connected to your higher self, your future self, and they have whatever words of encouragement or direction you may need at this time. For some of you, if you're struggling right now during this meditation, I would encourage you to pet the animal that came to be with you, that came to calm you and center you and relax you. Remember, the person or people visiting you cannot harm you, and they will not harm you. They are coming with love as their only intention. And for some of you, I think it's quite startling to see them in this light. It's a big adjustment. Remember your breath. Your breath is your anchor. Breathe through any stress or anxiety or tension, and just listen to their message that they have for you. For some, it is forgiveness. For others, it's gratitude for the work you're doing for your family line. For many of you, it's just overwhelming love. I'm going to give a few moments here for you to enjoy your loved one. If you're doing this meditation again, this would be a great time to just stop until you're ready to come out of the meditation. If you feel like you need a longer time with your loved one than what I give, I'd encourage you to remember your breath. Deep breaths in. Feel the love of the person or people coming into you. Some of you might start with one person and then have more people come in. It's going to be a very different experience for each of us. If you need centering and grounding, your animal is there. They encourage you to pet them and touch them so that you may feel more relaxed. No matter what, please know you are safe. Nothing and no one can harm you at this time. Okay. We're going to segue into what I thought was going to be a separate meditation, but it seems like it's a good time for many of us to actually do this with the support of our loved ones. For some of us, the person that has come may be someone that has harmed or hurt you in this life, or perhaps a previous one. And so they are coming to you in this place, and they're releasing you of the bond or the commitment at some point previously that you made, and they're asking you now to let it go. You don't need this anymore. You don't need to carry it around anymore. It is time, and it is okay to unburden yourself. Your now person and your future person do not need to carry around this past emotion, this past experience. For many of you, they are asking for forgiveness, and whether you can give that now or not, it is fine. You can still let the moment go, giving that or not. You are untangling a contract and a commitment that you made before you came here, or before you came in a previous life. For many of you, this is something that in a previous life you agreed to, and then you're seeing the other side or the other perspective in this life. And I know there's a lot of emotions right now. A lot of you are having a hard time letting this go. But yourself now no longer needs this. And your future self no longer needs this. Many of you are feeling a source light or energy come in. And this is a loving embrace and feeling. For others of you, it's another family member who's coming in and holding you and embracing you in safety and warmth. No, this didn't. Yes, it is a very complex, it seems almost situation where you did not deserve this and you did not want this, and this has shaped you, and yet it is time to let it go. And yet the duality of, before coming into this body, to actually ask and agree to these circumstances, and it's so, it can be unsettling that we would choose this for ourselves, or choose moments like that to shape us. And yet here you are, a beautiful being, a beautiful creator being. And you are now untangling this contract. You are now untangling this part of your life. And the beautiful thing is, even if you don't remember this moment, and for many of you, you don't remember this specific moment, you just remember this person, and you don't feel right with this person. It is okay now to let it go. Imagine a golden pair of scissors that is literally cutting this cord between you and this other person. And it may be more than one person we're cutting the cord with. It could be multiple people. But regardless, right now, this no longer needs to be your focus. Your focus needs to be moving onwards from this now moment and this past moment. And a lot of us are continuing to try to bring these past moments back into our now moments, which is shifting our future moments. It's no longer serving us, and so we're being asked to let go of these past moments. Source is holding you, saying you no longer need to carry this. Your ancestors are with you, saying you no longer need to carry this. It's okay. to release it. And the universe thanks you for your experience and your willingness to experience so much vast differences in emotions, and now bringing in love and shifting your focus onto love and abundance, which you so richly deserve as a creator being. I can feel many of you are cutting those cords, and that's beautiful. A few of you are surprised that there's even this attachment with another person or the person, and that's okay. Our bodies and our minds want to protect us, and even our higher self wants to protect us. And sometimes the way it protects us is by not remembering things, and that's okay, and it's beautiful. But sometimes we're looking and looking for something, and it's distracting us from what we need to do. So instead of looking backwards, we're being asked to release it so that we can now receive and be open to the things coming into our future, into our now moments. Remember your breath. Many of you are shifting. You can feel light, the energy in the room. The person that you've ended or people that you've ended contracts with are still there to celebrate with you and to be joyous with you. Your family, your loved ones. Many of you have other animals coming in, your angels, your guides. This is one very large party just for you, and these beings are with you all through your day, all through your experiences, all through your now moments, and they want you to know that you can tap in and connect with them at any time. It's just easier right now. And so for some of you, this may be your first experience doing something like this, and they just want to encourage you more. They want you to listen to that inner voice, listen to your own internal guidance system more and more. And releasing these past moments or moment, because we can't change that moment now. We're just going to focus on now and those future moments, and we create the future moments by what we're focusing on now. And they want you to be the wonderful, spectacular creator being that you are, and focus on the love and happiness and abundance that is due to you as a creator being, and not shift your focus to those past moments of depression and anxiety and hurt and pain and fear and sadness. Many of you are starting to enjoy this beautiful celebration with your ancestors and your angels and your guides. And I would encourage you to just stay in this moment. They are all celebrating and honoring you just as much as you're celebrating and honoring them during this time. They know how hard it is. They've all lived and been on this earth as well. And they know what a challenging experience it is, but it can be so much fun, and they are wanting you to enjoy the fun of it. It's really a game. How fun and how beautiful and how wonderful can you make it for yourself? And letting go of those things that the world tells us should hold us down, and we need to keep thinking again and again and again and again in our minds, and we don't. They want you to know how powerful you are, that you can control and change your thoughts and what you think about. And you don't need to think about a singular moment that happened in your past again and again, or multiple moments that bring you anxiety and stress and fear. You don't need to repeat those like a tape again and again and again and again. Let them go. A few of you are still just now cutting cords, and that's okay. That's beautiful. And some of you may not be ready right now in this moment, and I would encourage you to come back through and play this meditation again to see if you are ready. For now, in this time, it is time for us to go. Many of you are petting your animals again for the last time, and they want you to know that they come and visit you often, and that they are always with you, as are all of the beautiful beings before you that are your ancestors, your guides, your angels. They are always with you. They're always listening. They're ready to listen to you, and they are talking to you. You just need to be open to and receptive to hearing them. And they encourage you during this time, as the veil is thin, when it is easier, to try to listen more, better. Look for the synchronizations, look for the numbers. When you read something and then somebody else is talking about it, that's a synchronization. They want you to see that and honor that. At this time, we're going to approach the black wall. Give one more kiss goodbye to everyone. And it's not really goodbye because they're always here. And on the count of 3, we will step back through the wall. 1, 2, 3. And there you see your beautiful body, your beautiful physical form. And I want you to take a moment to appreciate this beautiful body and all that it does for you in this life, all that it has been through with you in this life, and how it is literally with you every step of the way in this life, ready to do whatever you want and to make happen in this physical form whatever you want. And that is so beautiful and amazing. On the count of 3, we're going to re-enter our bodies. 1, 2, 3. Many of us might need to stretch, wiggle your fingers, toes, slowly move your legs, arms, and open your eyes. I kind of had a feeling that those two meditations would converge. They seemed like they could go together, and that they might, but I never try to assume, and a lot of times recently I've been doing meditations myself first, but this one I wasn't guided to do that, and so obviously didn't. I just had the feeling of both meditations, and it's funny because uh, earlier today I was like, well, they're so different, and it was so beautiful to me how they became merged together, and how while it was a challenging moment to let go of a past or moment or moments, that it was in such a safe and loving way with our ancestors and our guides and our angels. And I don't think I could have done it any other way now. um, I know it's very hard because we're told to keep bringing things up again and again and again, to relive our most horrible and awful and stressful moments again, and we compete with them. Oh, I this happened to me and this happened to me, and it's really bizarre. We don't do that with our beautiful, wonderful moments, and maybe we need more of that. Maybe we need more of that. So, if you're celebrating astrologically Samhain um, tomorrow, then I hope that this meditation serves you. And maybe this meditation really won't get used until next year around Halloween. I don't know. I have no attachment to it. I know my meditations find the people that they need to find in the moment they need to find them. And the universe is beautiful that way. So I guess if I wanted all the views, I should have done this, a week ago, but that's not what the drive is. The drive is doing the meditation at the right time that I'm called to do it, and knowing that it will reach the right people it needs to when it needs to. So if that's you today, then that's beautiful. And for some of you, you may be finding this at Christmas or Yule, or you may be finding it in the spring or in the summer. And I don't feel like this necessarily has to be at this time of year. I think it's easier for some people, but for other people, they don't need it, the veil to be thin and it to be easier. They are connected and in tune with their bodies enough, and it's more the message of the release and the letting go that they need help and support with. And so perhaps that's why the merging of those two meditations kind of together was purposeful for those people. So we're looking forward. We're making all sorts of tasty treats and I guess heritage type foods. We are making pierogies. My husband and I are of Polish descent, and so that's a popular Polish food. And we're having cabbage with bacon and onions and apple cider that we've made ourselves. And our friends are bringing some Viking stew for their family lines and things like that. I've been baking, and I've had sourdough that I have fermenting literally in my fridge, so it gets a very sourdoughy, pungent flavor. And those will get baked off tomorrow. And making all sorts of treats for the kids. We have 5 kids, and our friends have 4 kids, and so there'll be a lot of kids wanting tasty treats and plenty of adults wanting them too. So, regardless, now that I've tempted you with food, I hope you have a very happy Samhain, and whenever this is reaching you, I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a great day.